All right, folks, welcome back. We were talking Benue now. BKO, the Benue story is the one that boggles the mind. So the governor was given the information. He told us the National Assembly caucus has reacted.
Yeah, they've got to react. This is not how to solve a problem. The problem of bandits killing people in Benue has been there for so long.
Okay.
The former governor tried his best. He made a lot of noise. Instead of people to help him to solve the problem, they were taunting him. That instead of paying salaries, he's complaining about bandit attacks. But no one can be Governor Otom. No one can be happy seeing his people being slaughtered. In the last 48 hours, they've killed more than 100 people.
Hi.
So if, remember, the governor went to Ukum, and the people were telling him, this is not a time to come and do homily, to come and speak English. Solve this problem. They are not interested in homilies. They are not interested. Find a way to solve the problem. Trading blame, accusing the people in Abuja that they are the ones behind this, in my view, is irresponsible. There is no, because they are not the people behind it. They are not. This is not a problem that started today. Because Otom wanted to stop the problem, Otom came up with the anti-grazing, open grazing law.
Yeah. Okay.
And because of that, they attacked the security operatives that were trained, that were recruited for the purpose of enforcing that law. More than 100 people were killed in one day.
Okay.
So as a country, at state level, at federal level, we must do ourselves to stop the bleeding in Agatu, Gwe West, Gwe East, Logo, Ukum, which is close to the border with Taraba, and other places where they are killing people in Benue State. In the last 3 weeks, the focus has been on Benue. You can see the people protesting on the streets. From Benue State, from the state capital, you can hear guns being fired. People have lost their homes.
Okay.
In Benue today, there are so many IDP camps, some of them run by government, some of them run by private individuals. People have lost their homes. At least 1/3 of the people have lost their farmlands, they've lost their homes. We can't continue like that. Go to Kwande, close to the Cameroon border.
Okay.
The people are being violated. What people are saying is that there is a plot to exterminate them so that their lands can be taken by criminal herdsmen. As a country, we must not allow this to happen. This is not, the governor is the leader of all. Yes, you have your problem with the SGF. The SGF has a lot of its own people. But when you make this kind of sweeping accusation, you forget that people like the former Minister of Internal Affairs, Abba Moro, belongs to the PDP. He does not belong to the camp of the SGF, whom you are fighting. I've openly called for both of them to resolve their differences. But they won't listen. Because sometimes when you tell governors that, look, this is what to do, resolve these issues, they believe that when they resolve issues with their godfathers or their benefactors, they will lose more power. They will lose some power, they will lose some influence. They prefer to operate alone. But the killings in Benue State, they are very similar to the killings in Plateau State.
Oh, yes.
And it makes no sense to politicize it. It makes no sense. If it was Akume that was governor of Benue State, these marauders will still come. I was in Benue on sometime around maybe 2010 or 2011, I'm trying to remember, when Suswam was governor.
Okay. Gabriel.
Yes. The governor went to a community that had been attacked. And right there, we even caught that scene on camera. Criminal herdsmen attacked his security operatives. So where did that one come from? This is a problem that has been there.
Yeah.
It's just like Governor Zulum waking up now and blaming Boko Haram insurgency on PDP. Will that make sense? Will that make sense? So this is the point. Try your best as a governor to look for a solution to a problem. Don't expand the scope of the problem by blaming those who on their own too. A lot of them too are victims.
Yeah.
It comes from a zone. The Agatu communities that are being attacked. That is the zone that Abamoro comes from. So do you think Abamoro is happy that his people are dying? And a lot of them like that. You can't keep blaming Abuja people for what is going on.
Dying or being killed. Mayor, we're talking about the enemy within.
Yes, that's why I said, you see, the governor as the chief security officer of the state must devise means of protecting its people, working in tandem with the security forces. Trading blames will not solve the problem. Looking for excuses will not solve the problem. What is important is that the people want their governor or the government they have voted for to protect them. And the primary duty of government is protection of life and property.
Yeah. Yes.
So it is important that the governor should look for ways of protecting his people.
This thing is very important because Benue Plateau axis is considered the breadbasket of my country.
Yes,
your country.
it is. So and this problem, like you said, has been there for a long time.
Oh yeah, a long time coming.
And it is important for them to devise me. Just passing bug or blaming the federal government or blaming the security force will not solve the problem.
It's part of the larger farmer header crisis.
Crisis, yes.
The Benue Valley is probably the most fertile part of our country. Okay. They want to graze without restraint. You send cattle into people's farms. They destroy people's. There are videos, we can show videos where they are even feeding, people's crops to their cattle.
Yeah.
Cotton, cassava. So those things, when they happen, they lead to crisis, they lead to violence. So this is the point. They want unrestrained access to grazing land. And it often leads to crisis.
Bloodshed, yeah.
So it's not something that just started today. It's there in Adamawa. It's there even in the Northwest.
Yeah.
Some of the crises that even led to banditry in the Northwest is related to farmer header crisis. Yeah. The Hausa people are the farmers. The Fulani are the cattle headers.
Yeah.
There had been crisis between Hausa and Fulani killing one another. So it's not, this is not new. But to blame it on politicians, it shows that he does not know what to do to solve the problem. Yeah. You must find a creative way to solve a problem.
Yeah.
There was a law created. Look, we are having some level of peace now in Plateau. The governor came out with some ideas. He said, okay, you cannot bring motorcycles to certain areas, this and that.
Okay.
Now we're having
relative calm.
Yes. The way they were killing people in Bokos, another at least is gone down. But you cannot solve that problem by pointing at. I didn't hear the governor say, oh, when they killed people in Miangu the other day, that, oh, it is APC people in Abuja who are killing people in Miangu. Such, we are not interested in, just solve the problem.
Because
find a way to solve the problem.
The answer is there.
We're not interested in blame game.
The answer is there.
Of course, blame game will not solve the problem.
It will not.
Yeah.
It won't solve the problem. When it happened in what's this place called in Oyo State, and even Okeogun area.
Yeah.
The governor did not blame politicians for it. Invariably, that problem was solved. So Ibakide solved that problem. The problem that brought what's his name? This Yoruba nation agitator.
Igbo, Sunday
Igbo. You know, he had to go and even confront.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
It was the elders farmers problem then, yes.
Okay.
And the problem was solved. Herdsmen are kidnapping people in our farms in the southwest. Nobody has blamed politicians for it. We know that that problem is there. We know that we have to solve that problem.
And that's what led to Amotekun in the first place.
Yes. Amotekun is a creative way of solving that problem. And Amotekun, no one can say Amotekun has not achieved anything. If not for Amotekun in Ondo State. Because Ondo is like a gateway from the north.
Yeah.
If not for Amotekun in Ondo State, honestly, maybe they will have overrun the entire southwest. But solve the problem. Don't blame politicians. Because we understand that this dirty politics that they are playing in Benue.
Yeah.
And it's in their best interest to stop the dirty politics, because there's no sense in dirty politics. There's no sense in it. The problems will remain if you continue to play dirty politics and not speak the truth.
All right, folks. I want the viewer to understand that what we do on this program is simply give context and clarity to issues that get thrown up before us. So, Mr. Governor, we wish you well. We know we can solve that problem without passing bucks. Okay, here we have, special programs are designed to highlight specific projects designed to ease the burden of populations. Journalist Hangout Weekend Special today beams its searchlight on Governor Babagana Zulum's giant flyover